Welcome to the hot seat on this Media Monday. I'm Ron Klopfenstein, and we've got a really fun, packed show for you this week. I'll be joined by Nabil Khan, our 95.5 FM entertainment correspondent, to talk about what to expect in film and entertainment with summer coming up, the big blockbusters, the big releases, the trends, what people should be watching for. And we're also going to head down to Free Comic Book Day for a feature story about, for Free Comic Book Day. We're going to head down to Ravenswood for a feature story in Free Comic Book Day. And we're going to sit down with Pete Colter, author, multimedia content creator, whose career is always taking off like a rocket ship. Maybe he can give me some advice here. Yeah. Well, we begin tonight at the Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration at the Parkway Recreation Center. It was hosted by Midtown Utica Community Center. Photojournalist and AI content producer Jim Hale and I were there, and we have this report. I'm Ron Klopfenstein at the Parkway Center in Utica, where the Midtown Utica Community Center is celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I'm with Kay Clow. She's the director of the Midtown Utica Community Center. What's happening here today?
Today we're celebrating Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month to honor and celebrate the contributions of the Asian American community in Utica, New York.
Like how do people keep in touch with their native culture?
So how we keep in touch with our culture is we like to also listen to cultural music, eat our cultural food that our parents raised us with. And our parents and our elders are always talking to us about situations back at home, such as the war and conflicts that are happening, so that we won't forget the struggles of our ancestors and our grandparents, and that we carry that value with us as we go forward, so that we can honor our past while also forging a better future for the future generation.
I'm with Dylan, Nurdes, and Valerie. Looks like you guys are all having a good time here at the celebration. What are you doing here today?
Today we came because we heard that they're giving out tattoos and
Oh yeah, look at that. So what's that?
it's a tattoo over there.
Oh yeah? Yeah? So you guys getting some food too? Some music?
Yeah, the music is nice and the food too is very good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Tasting
It
good,
looks
yes.
incredible.
I eat in 2 times.
All right.
Yeah.
So Valerie, what's been your favorite part today?
The tattoo.
Just like your brother.
I do in 3.
You got one too, the whole family. Show
Show.
There you go.
On the camera.
Suklay and Sabo were two of the traditional dancers at today's event. I spoke to them after their performance.
I was born in Thailand, one of the camps in Thailand. Grew up there, didn't really remember a lot because of the war. I had to come to America at a young age.
As an American living in the U.S. now, what do you and your family do to keep your culture alive?
What we do to keep our culture alive is we do like events like the Korean New Year and other things to keep our culture and like our community together.
Yeah. What do you do? Like, what does your family do, or what do you do to like keep your culture alive, to keep in touch with your culture? Even though now you've grown up in the U.S., but you still want to be a part of like Thai culture or Korean culture. What do you do to keep that alive in yourself?
Well, this dance is a big part of keeping our culture alive. So people that were older than us, they also used to do this dance as well. And now we're passing it on to the younger generation. So in order to keep our culture alive and steady.
For one of the participants, named Legend 2, the day's event was a way for him to share his family's culture with a larger community.
I came here since I was young, so I was born at Thailand.
Okay.
And my family is from Burma.
So what do you do to keep your culture alive? what do you do personally to celebrate your culture? Like within your family, what do you guys do to celebrate your culture?
We go to like New Year's for like Korean people, or we come like here. For like other people, we get together, like go like our people over there.
Yeah. Why do you think it's important to like observe your culture, to like have events like this, and to like share your culture with the larger community? Why is that good to do?
It's good because like every other culture, like they need to get recognized or need to be out there.
Yeah.
And need to, like other people need to hear the story and how they like us Korean people, we come from a war and we came here for a better opportunity.
Right.
Just like other people.
As the day's events began to wrap up, organizer Kay Klo put things into perspective. What does culture mean to you?
What does culture mean to me? I mean, to me, culture means celebrating the rich history that each group of people bring with them when they come to America. And to me, I love hearing those stories. I love learning about their music, their food, and just being open-minded to different perspectives, and that people with diverse histories we have a lot to learn from them.
And from each other.
From each other, yes.
Right. The entire month of May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Month. It's a time to celebrate the food, the music, the people, and the cultures from Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders that make the Mohawk Valley such a special place to live. At the Parkway Center in Utica, I'm Ron Klopfenstein for 95.5 FM, The Heat. At 9 p.m. on my YouTube channel, Facebook page, TikTok, and Instagram accounts. And when you watch the video, all of the performances you're going to see were videotaped for courtesy of Brian Lazor and Lazor Photography. They captured some really great moments from the celebration. Our entertainment correspondent Nabil Khan joins us now in the studio.
What's up, Ron?
And hey, welcome. And you're Asian American too, partly.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So, yeah. Does that influence? What influence does that have on you?
I mean, I'm a big foodie, so I think it makes me open-minded to being able to try new things and then like continue eating the things that I grew up with. You know, be they like
what are some of those things?
Curry, like, you know, there's Japanese and Indian curry, which,
yep.
you know, I actually like one more than the other. But one's like going to be like more lentil based.
Okay.
One's going to be like more like almost like a golden stew.
I bet the golden stew one is the Pakistani one.
No, that's the Japanese one.
The Japanese one. Yeah. Oh, I had it wrong. Wow. Wow.
That one's the one I like more too.
Yeah. So what else did you do growing up, like to celebrate your culture, to keep it alive?
I mean, like, the Pakistani side, you know, a lot of the culture from that, like, was tied to religion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you know, it'd be like...
Hinduism?
Muslim, actually.
Muslim? Oh, really?
So, I mean, like, you know, food, holidays, things that went with that. And then it would, the other side of it was from Japanese... I mean, it was mostly just food from my grandma. She, you know, she didn't talk a whole lot about culture in past. She did live through World War II. So, like,
really? Yeah.
You know, for her, I think the biggest part of culture was making it and being able to
surviving it.
Yeah,
probably.
and being able to create a family.
Right. Was your grandmother? Was she in Japan during World War II? Or was she here during? Or was she here?
No, she was in Japan. She was born in 1930, so she would have been like 10, 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, was she affected at all by the nuclear strikes, Hiroshima or Nagasaki?
No, she was in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Thankfully.
That must have been an interesting perspective that you grew up with. Mm-hmm. So now about movies.
Movies.
So we used to think of Memorial Day as a traditional start of the summer blockbuster season, but now they kind of creep in before that. And I saw my first summer blockbuster on Friday, The Devil Wears Prada 2. So I kind of think of that as like the first summer blockbuster, you know. So how is it doing at the box office?
Devil Wears Prada 2?
Yeah.
It's definitely dominating. It's I think it's sharing that spot right now between that and Mortal Kombat. In fact, I went and saw something else last night. And
what did you see?
I saw Sheep Detective.
Oh, I want to ask you about that. Yes.
It was very cute, very sweet.
Yes.
And you know, tugged at the heartstrings a little.
That's what I was thinking.
Multiple people in line ahead of me, and I mean, I'm not trying to say that this is, you know, what should be the case, but I saw it'd be like mom and wife Like, you know, we're buying tickets to Devil Wears Prada, and then they were buying a ticket for a hubby to go see Mortal Kombat 2.
Right.
I saw it a
That
couple
happens.
times, and I was just
Yeah.
like, okay. So
sometimes there's that split kind of like between the Barbie movie and Oppenheimer. I like both though. Did you see The Devil Wears Prada too?
I haven't.
Really?
I have never seen the one either, so I'm gonna have to watch one so I can see two very soon.
You will, but it's on something on Peacock or something. Because I just saw it, like in Netflix or something.
Yeah.
See, I liked it so much. I of the fashion a little bit, but really because of magazines. Because The Devil Wears Prada was all about a magazine that was based on Vogue, character like Anna Wintour type character and stuff. But you know, it brought back. That was like in the early 2000s. I think 2006. It was. I think it was 20 years. So. That kind of brought back the like feeling of the 90s of like when magazines were dominant, and magazines are an art form that I just love, you know, and now they're almost like a shadow of their former selves,
Unfortunately,
you know.
Yeah.
So I just love the first one, and then this one too. Like it really talks about that, you know. I was kind of surprised at how much like depth it had. It talked about like really almost the death of journalism and how like we're all fighting to stay aboard and how
or the evolution of journalism.
Yeah, you know, that's a good way to look at it, the evolution, you know. Although it does take the position kind of like where most of it is being like what it talks about is like how some of these brands are kind of like been hollowed out and just used to like generate like easy clickbait, you know.
Yeah, and I mean again, you know, I haven't seen it, but I imagine a good comparison would be something along the lines of like the way that you would pivot on the runway, right? You know, the people are pivoting on the runway, and so too do the magazines, the reporters, things like that. So
Stanley Tucci's character in it talks about how like Runway, the magazine that this is about, how Runway is really like the book, the magazine, the paper copy is really just like something that they just kind of do, like still do to keep like kind of like for nostalgia. Yeah. But they're mostly it's a digital thing now, you know. So, and that's like a weird thing, you know, because I was like a huge magazine fan. Like in the '90s, right before the internet hit, I would read like one a day, like, you know. Sure. So many, Entertainment Weekly, and even the TV Guide back then had articles, like real articles.
Sure, I mean, you know, they were the backbone of doctors' offices too. Now doctors' offices probably just put up a sign that say free Wi-Fi because you know they're just going to be on their phone.
Exactly. You could see there was so much of it. There was newsstands and Reader's Island at the mall, and oh my gosh, I'm getting nostalgic here for magazines. You know, what are some summer blockbusters that you've seen or you're excited about?
There's a list, and I would say the theme this summer is the big franchises, like all of them. So you got Mandalorian and Grogu, which is a Star Wars movie.
Right.
You got Masters of the Universe.
Yes, I'm excited about that too.
Supergirl, Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is Spider-Man 4 for Tom Holland.
Yep.
We got a new Minions movie. You got Dune 3, Toy Story 5.
Wow.
Jackass 5.
Uh-huh.
Super Troopers 3, and even The Odyssey, like the Greek tragedy / poem.
Right. Yeah. So other than The Odyssey, are studios like playing it too safe?
I think the opposite. I think they're throwing everything at the wall this year.
Really?
I mean, I missed another one too. They get the live action Moana. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's gonna be cool. Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, it's just like. They said, you know what, why play it safe? Let's just throw everything.
Though, you know, like so many sequels, you know?
Sure,
it's like,
Toy Story 5, I mean,
Toy Story 5,
you hear 5 and you're like, 5, but it's a Toy Story, like how could it be bad?
Right, and I saw the trailer for it. That also talks about technology a little bit too. The Toy Stories are being replaced by like one of those like
an iPad.
Baby iPads, you know? Yeah. So it's like, it is interesting, I think, when movies address media like that, you know, like The Devil Wears Prada too. Like it was so much about like what's happening, what's left of magazines and all this stuff, you know. So what have you seen already? Have you seen Mortal Kombat yet?
I did see Mortal Kombat the other day.
That's probably the first of those movies that have come out.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, because we're like you said, we kind of slowly start to creep into it. Like it's sort of weird. They usually do like for the last like decade, Marvel has always had the first weekend in May slot. Yeah. And because of some like, you know, shuffling that happened, there was nothing. Right. Even I thought that was weird that Star Wars, you know, we have the May the 4th be with you.
Right.
They bumped
not till May 22nd.
Yeah.
Right?
Mandu and Grogu end of the month. So. Right. But that'll be like a Memorial Weekend movie.
Right. So that'll be like
they'll still catch you know.
Yeah,
some interest there,
yeah.
and then Masters of the Universe will be like first week of June, and then these are just like bam, 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 bam. Like every week there's like something.
What do you think about Masters of the Universe?
So there's another one. Like I
I'm
feel
like super excited about that for some reason. I don't know why. I just like, you know.
I tell you what, this must just be the day that we like picked the things that Nabil hasn't seen. So like I was like when I was a kid, that like I'd kind of already been past that as you know, in my generation. But I saw the trailer and I'm also very hyped.
Right.
I think the cast looks great. It looks fun. Like, oh man, Skeletor. I mean, I know it's CG, but it looks great.
See, my connection to it was like when I was probably 16,
Yeah.
I got a job at KB Toy and Hobby in Sagertown.
Yeah.
And that was when Masters of the Universe was the big thing.
Yeah.
So like I sold all those toys
Yeah.
and like I familiarized myself with the whole world. Like,
Sure, and it started as that was the time when you would get the toy first and everything else later.
Right.
And if the toy sold well, they're like, oh well,
then
we can
the
make a movie, we can make a
came
show.
along after that.
Yeah.
You know? Right. It's such a cool story, you know. It's going to be such a great film.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I think it's interesting too, like when toys lead to, like when toys develop a narrative and like lead to their own stories. Like Barbie, I was fascinated with the way that like they took a toy and made it into like this whole world, this whole film.
They found a way.
Yeah, and they did it really well, you know. So before we go to break, what's your review of Mortal Kombat?
I gave it like a little bit better than a 3. It's, you know, my problem.
Video game, right?
Yeah, it's based on a video game. I think I just have to remember that with movies like that, you need to just go into it looking for the action, the fighting, the visuals, and worry less about the story because, you know, like even in the games, the story is not really the big deal.
Oh, exactly,
So,
right.
But
it kind of same with Super Mario Brothers too, I thought.
You know what though, the story in that was cute.
I guess I missed that there was no live action.
Like John Leguizamo and
yeah.
Oh God, what the hell
Bob
was his name?
Hoskins.
Yeah,
I guess
Bob
maybe because I
Hoskins
was.
I love that movie.
Rabbit. Yeah,
I love that movie.
So I don't know, like it seemed different than the first one. For some reason, I felt like I didn't connect with it as much. You know, I don't know.
2-1 or like Galaxy to the
2
first
1.
one.
Galaxy to the first one. You know,
I think they're just they're trying to do some world building. Like they want to fill you out with some more characters, and
it'll definitely be a franchise. Yeah, obviously.
I mean, like the rumor on the block is they're going to do a Super Smash Brothers movie.
Oh, really?
So I mean, that had like all the Nintendo characters and then some. So they
really
want to put them all out there for you first thing.
It would
say,
be like
by
a
the
Roger
way,
Rabbit movie with all the characters, you know. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk to Pete Colter, too. He's a writer, multimedia content creator, doing great stuff. You're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. I'm Ron Klopfenstein. I'll have more after the break. Hey everyone, welcome back to the hot seat on this Media Monday. I'm here with our entertainment correspondent, Nabil Khan, and Pete Colter joins us now. He's been on the show many times. He's a writer, he's a multimedia content creator. He's got, oh my God, he's got like TV shows in the works and movies and books and all this stuff going on. Yep. Pete, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me, man. I love being here.
I love having you here too. You're such a great promoter too. You are better at you're better than me at promotion, and that says a lot for me to say that about somebody. That's saying a lot.
Well, thank you. I'll take.
I
that
always
as
appreciate that. You know.
Awesome. Yeah, I love pushing your show out, man. I think this is a staple in the city, and it should stay. And you know, I'm always super excited to be on the show.
Thank you.
Carefree. Everybody's so nice here.
I'm always super excited to have you too, because you're always doing such great stuff. And in a moment, we're going to talk about the stuff you're going to do. But for now, entertainment, like we're talking about summer, you know, it's almost really is kind of the summertime for movies, because the blockbusters come out, you know. For TV, it'll be summertime soon, but there's books and video games and all this stuff. Like, what are you excited about, Pete, for summer entertainment?
I'm looking forward to the movie Obsession, which is like a horror movie about a guy who makes a wish to have a woman that he's obsessed with fall in love with him, and it turns horribly awry. So that looks like they may have done this film the right way.
Very monkey's paw.
Very monkey's paw, yeah. And I like that. I like the visuals of it. The cinematography looks real creepy.
Yeah.
Things like that. You can tell that they cared about it. They took their time with it, and hopefully it comes out to be that way on screen.
I love smart horror films, you know,
yes,
like the
absolutely.
Blumhouse type, you know.
You know, despite all the blockbusters we were mentioning a little while ago, this has actually been a really great year for horror in that, like, almost every week or even every other week, where you're getting, like, a new horror movie.
Yeah.
Versus some years where they're, like, here's a few in January, here's a few around October, and you get one or two here or there. So it's a good year to be a horror fan.
Horror's making a mark for itself now.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Sequels and horror seem to be the thing, you know?
I
Or
mean,
franchise.
I think that now that we've seen a couple of horror movies, like the last couple of Oscars, like really
The
like
Substance, like
Substance is at the top of my brain, and also Sinners.
Sinners, yeah.
Right, yeah.
They're getting more wide
Yeah.
appeal. So then I think more studios, more banks, more people that are funding these things are more willing.
And that's correct,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
And
Yeah, they are.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah, producers are now kind of sort of looking for those kind of things. They
Yep.
want the next bigger Stranger Things, or they want
Yeah.
the next bigger Nightmare on Elm Street, or whatever it's going to be. You know, they want something now that's tangible because they can make money off of it. It's easy to market horror movies now.
It seems like it's more taken seriously too.
It's
you know,
accepted
because-
more,
Yes.
yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
like
great
the
because-
Oscar nominations,
I
like
mean,
for the
yeah,
Substance.
There,
and,
there was a time where like things
Sinners,
like
too,
horror,
I mean, all those,
horror,
yeah.
superheroes, things like that, like would just have been like dismissed
just
at the
genre
Oscars.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're at like a point where anything.
And there's a lot
Right.
of art
Yeah.
in those
Oh,
movies.
there
I mean,
absolutely
they,
is,
they
yeah.
might be, you know, for the way you see them, just blood and guts and gore, but really
Right.
there's art, there's a story
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And as long as you can get film, you know, people together, you get everybody together and they care about the project, it's going to
right.
come out tenfold and you're going to notice it.
Exactly.
And horror has made that steeple now. Now they've taken
Yep.
over the genre a little bit and pushed it
Yep.
to where
Yep.
it's acceptable to watch those movies. I think
Right.
Terrifier was one of those movies, and I've never seen the Terrifier, the newest one. I saw the first two,
Yeah.
and like that really made a big impact on
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
One being independent,
Right, right.
and then making
Yep.
so much money, and then getting into the theaters and to making another one now.
Yeah.
It's like people accept it more.
Actually,
That's really great.
That's a good example too, because a lot of times what will happen with some of these is they're distribution platforms like Fathom. Like if you ever go to a movie to see like a Fathom event, like it's like something they're putting out for 2 or 3 nights at the theater. It's like sponsored by this. Terrifier started that way with its first 2, and by the 3rd, it got wide distribution and didn't need that. You know, which just shows
It's great
like
to see an
the
indie
forward
thing break
yeah.
through like that. What a good thing that is, you know.
The other great thing about horror, which has actually like almost always been the case for it, is they tend to stay around the 90 like minute mark. You know,
Yes,
maybe a little
right,
more, but
right.
like
Yep.
you get a whole story,
Yeah.
you get everything without having a bloat.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it feels complete in the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So it's a good
I don't
length
like
for a
sitting
movie.
down and watching a movie, any movie
Yeah.
that
I know.
has a lot of filler in it. I want to
Right,
get to
right.
the point.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting there for 3 hours to try to see who the killer is.
I was
It's
gonna
just
say
not-
after like 2 hours,
Yeah,
even
no,
if
it's
it's
too
a great
long.
movie, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like
it's too long for me.
You gotta get
it
off.
is.
It creates fatigue.
Yeah,
you know?
it really is.
Yeah.
It's those moments where you're like, I'm going to put this on pause and leave, and then
Yeah.
never come back and watch it because
Yeah.
it's
Oh
just
yeah, that
too
happens
long.
too. Right,
yeah.
right.
And yet, like a lot of what we see in the forecast for the year are going to be those longer ones. So
Longer
I'm really
ones.
curious to see by
I
the
assume
end
the
of the
Odyssey
year.
is a long film.
It's got it.
Yeah, right.
But like by the end of the year, I'm really curious to see what like was the most successful. Like, is it
Yeah.
going to be the horror type things that are like there's more of, but like take less time,
Right,
Or is it going
right.
to be are people like kind of saving up their movie time for the longer ones?
Yeah,
Like, hey, I'm not
yeah.
going to go to the movies but once every 6 months, but I'll sit here for this 3 to 4 hour movie.
Maybe the
I
Odyssey
don't
will
know.
get that.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
crazy. I
Yeah.
can't do that.
That is like,
Couldn't do
yeah,
it.
right.
Curious to
right.
find out.
No,
For me,
wouldn't
that
be
is
me.
such a
Yeah.
turn on.
No, I mean like what the audience.
Oh
is
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what the
yeah,
response will be.
that would be awesome to see if
Yeah.
because Avengers is probably going to run
Doomsday will be long.
8 days long.
Oh, I was going to say that
movies
it's going to be
are.
a long one. I'll bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
people will sit. And
People
watch
will
it.
still go
yeah,
to it.
Yeah,
though,
to
but,
see
you know.
Robert Downey Jr. come back, to see Chris
Yeah.
Evans come back. People are going to be, oh man, you know,
Yep.
Yeah.
this is
Right.
what we wanted. You
Yeah.
know, and
Right.
it's not going to matter the runtime, and I think
Yeah.
they know that. So
Well, the
Yeah.
upside is, if you're a really good movie and you can like make you not feel like that time is
Right,
dragging,
exactly.
that's
Right,
good. It's
right,
just
yeah.
the problem is it doesn't always happen.
No.
And sometimes, though, with the ones like the Avengers, and I love
Yeah.
those films, you
Yeah.
know, you can like get up and go to the bathroom and get your popcorn and be away for a while and
you're
come,
not
come
missing
back. It's
too
like you
much.
didn't miss a thing.
Yeah, in the middle of a fight, you come
kinda
back
pick
to the
up
middle of a
story,
fight.
you know.
Yeah,
it's like
There's also websites now where you can check when the time is or what the
Good
best
time to go
to
to
get up.
bed.
Yeah.
I like that.
I remember in Endgame for Avengers, it was, hey, the Hulk's just going to be sitting and talking in a diner. Go
Oh,
then.
that was the time to go?
So I saw it. I was just like,
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
I may have
that's like
went
an
to the
unusual
bathroom during
spoiler
that.
alert.
Me too.
I think I did.
So it didn't matter.
I
You
was like,
know?
oh, he's talking? Yeah.
What are you excited about, Nabil, coming up? What excites you?
So I mean I see almost everything, so I try to like get excited for the ones that nobody else is going to get excited
Yeah,
for.
right.
There's one that's coming out from A24, which is
Okay.
like they're predominantly
Love
known
A24.
for
Love
Their
them.
their quality
Love
stuff,
them.
There's
Nice
one-
people. Great, yeah.
Oh,
Love
really?
them.
You know them? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I've
We're going to
talked
have to
a
talk
couple
about
of them,
that,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah. They're super nice, super open to things.
Wow.
Just super nice with everything.
I would love to hear like to be a fly on the wall of that conversation. But they got one coming out called Back Rooms, and it's literally like the
Oh, you know what? I saw the
deserted-
poster for that, and I was wondering what is that about? I saw the poster on Friday at Marquee.
It's like walking into the deserted back room of like a Pier 1 or an Ollie's or something, and suddenly every back room ever is like connected, and you like can get like lost in this like
That is
labyrinth
creepy.
of
Great
know,
premise,
does sound
though.
creepy.
It's a great premise.
yeah.
And they got the guy, God, I'm gonna butcher his name. I think it's like Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Oh, yeah, right. I
He
don't know how to
played
say
he
it,
played
but-
Doctor Strange's bad guy in both
Yep.
his movies. He's done a
Yep.
ton of stuff. So he's the one behind that. We got, and this is gonna be a hot
What
take.
a
I
cool
know.
premise.
We were just talking about horror movies. Scary Movie is doing a
That's right.
reboot,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the Wayans brothers are back with it.
Yeah.
So they like
Yeah.
kind of hopped off after the second movie, and like the Weinstein Company did like
Yeah,
4 or
yeah.
5. So they're finally back, and I'm curious to see what they've got to say, because these movies have always been like pop cultural commentary.
They absolutely were.
So I'd
right,
love to see
right.
what they have to say after like 20 years of not doing one.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited for
right.
it, I'll be honest.
Right?
I kind of am, yeah.
And there used to be
I-
more films like that. There were
Yeah.
pop culture commentaries on other films.
There
You don't see
hasn't
them
been a
much,
good
so
like
they're parody things.
comedy horror movie in a
Yeah.
while.
No.
Right, there
Or-
has-
If they
or
do
spoof
it
films.
right, it'll be good.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there any comedies coming up in the summertime? Like Naked Gun type films?
I mean,
Love
like
Naked Gun though.
there's
Oh, I
no-
love Pamela Anderson.
originals?
You know?
I imagine
Oh, those two.
a
Yeah.
lot of these are
Priscilla
gonna have-
Presley too was a great. You know.
I didn't see it. I haven't seen it.
I think the only one that I've seen previews for lately, and I don't know how well it's going to go over, is it's called The Breadwinner. And it's got like a guy whose wife goes on Shark Tank, and like they like, hey, we're going to greenlight your thing, but you have to stay here and work on it, and the husband's got to like run the house, who's
I
never
see.
done it
like
before.
a Mr. Mom type thing.
Kinda, yeah. I've seen the trailers. It looks okay.
Yeah, but nothing looks like it looks gonna be a big Ghostbuster.
The summer seems like it's going to be horror and action movies
Yeah, it
all around.
does.
Maybe a drama in there somewhere.
Yeah.
but
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So tell me about, before we talk to Pete, what is this IMAX controversy thing? I'm not aware of this.
So we were talking about Avengers a second ago, and
Yeah.
Avengers Doomsday, which is an Avengers movie that comes out right around Christmas. I think the date is currently the 18th.
18th, yeah.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
Christmas week?
Right. So same day, Dune 3 is coming out. And so they basically bid for IMAX.
Yeah.
Because IMAX is only going to go behind whatever one of these blockbusters. And surprisingly, Dune won.
Yeah.
Really?
So now Disney kind of like behind the scenes has come up with what they're calling Infinity Vision, which
Yes.
I
Okay.
guess is like their equivalent to IMAX.
Okay.
And they're trying to implement it in theaters between now and Christmas.
Will they have to like retrofit
Right.
the theaters? too?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Just for the
It's
one
a lot
film?
of work too.
I
Yeah.
think
It's a
lot of work.
I think it's something that they're going to plan to go
Probably
with
for all their films,
forward
but,
because they don't want to have to compete with this. I mean, because they own 20th Century Fox, they own Marvel, they own Disney.
Right. Oh, they could make use.
They
of it
don't
for
want to
all that
have to
stuff.
compete, and it's probably going to be very similar technology, but they'll tweak it just enough so they
What
can own
is
it.
IMAX?
It's supposed to be like a full stereo like image and sound experience, like
So
when you're
bigger
watching them.
screens.
Yeah, usually like
And the
very
sound
large
is more
format.
of a like a surround sound. type.
Yep. Usually Dolby Atmos is what they call the one that you get with IMAX. It's just supposed to be very like immersive.
Yeah. Right.
And when you watch like these big like blockbusters with like all this stuff happening on the screen, you want to be able to hear it all, see it,
it
all.
gives you a little bit more.
Right.
Of that.
And if I'm being honest, Disney probably feels a little snubbed because they're like,
Well,
imagine
yeah.
how much business we give you.
I know.
And I don't know.
I
Well,
would say the Adventures will probably do more than Dune 3.
hard to say. Dune
Yeah,
Dune has
that
been
is
doing
pretty
very
decent,
well,
yeah.
though. But
So
like,
and they're sort of self-competing because a lot of the people that are in Marvel stuff are also in Dune.
yeah.
So I
But
mean,
now, will they have to like? They'll be retrofitting like the theater cineplexes and stuff.
yeah, they said I think that Regals are gonna get targeted first.
Wow. And they'll have this done by, what, December 18th?
They hope.
Plan?
That's the plan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
yeah.
they can do it if they put the money
If not,
to it.
they're going to lose a lot of money.
That, I mean, the other option, which, I mean, I wouldn't do that now that I've announced this, but I mean, they could have moved the date. They could have moved it up a little.
Right.
I mean, it's already, Avengers was already moved back because that was the main movie this year.
Yeah,
and then it got bumped.
But they could use it for like all their live action films.
Going forward, like I imagine investing in this is more of a long-term strategy and not just, Avengers is just the catalyst.
All the Marvel stuff, the Star Wars,
anything that comes out after that,
So like, I
Alien,
wonder how
Predator,
that
all of it.
works, like with the theaters, because the theaters must have to put up some money to like do the remodeling, and Disney would too, and then
I don't know.
Like,
Hard to say. They might be like, they might say, hey, if you're willing to choose us over IMAX, maybe they're paying for the retrofit.
Yeah, right.
Who knows?
Wow, that'll
Some
be
kind of
interesting.
benefits for the theaters. Maybe you guys get the first releases of our next movies while other theaters won't get them.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
just an
that's stuff they
exclusivity thing,
can-
kind of like how like Coke doesn't charge Disney to be in the parks.
Oh,
But you
really?
just- yeah. Look that up. That's a fun fact.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Disney will charge you to buy the Coke.
Right,
But Coke
right.
supplies it to Disney for free at all their parks.
Coke supplies their products to Disney for free.
the official-
Well, that's
It's the official
Disney
soda.
makes deals like
so
that.
they get
That's
to
how
say
they get
they're
things done.
wow. It must be nice to be able to make deals.
It's
like
always good to have
that.
perks.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
we do,
I
yeah.
guess so. I'm excited about right now. It's on TV. It's HBO Max. I don't know if you guys have HBO Max, but my favorite show, Hacks, is back for last season with Jean Smart.
Okay.
Hacks is a show about, she's a comedian, a Vegas comedian who's kind of like who was a hack,
okay.
who had to be paired up with a young hip writer in her 20s, and so like they both kind of changed each other, and
Okay.
so Hacks, and there's a show called Rooster that takes place at a college campus.
That one
I
I've
really
heard of.
enjoy that.
Yeah. Is that Steve Carell?
Steve Carell.
Okay.
Yes, and The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow, which is
Okay.
about TV, so
Yeah.
I'm like thrilled with that, A show called DTF St. Louis just ended, like a drama, kind of edgy drama type, So like for TV, like that's the thing that's got me going right now is TV, these TV shows. But it's so sad in a way that these seasons are so short. And with Hacks, they're showing 2 episodes a week now. So like it'll be done, within like
6 weeks maybe.
6 weeks season, It's like,
And then you got to wait a year and a half for the next season.
Yeah, right.
Well, exactly. Well, with Hacks, there is no more, and with Comeback, there is no
right,
more.
right,
So
right.
sometimes it's even more painful when it's
Yeah.
like the end of the end,
Yeah.
How about you guys with TV? Is there anything with TV that excites you? I know you're a comic book guy.
Daredevil just has its finale, and it was pretty good.
What was that on?
That was on Disney Plus. But it was very violent for something that you would watch on Disney.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would,
Daredevil, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be like TVMA or just like,
Yeah.
just something you wouldn't see on TV because it was so violent.
You know what I think is a curious thing too? I was doing some research for the show, and I didn't realize this, but The Simpsons still airs on Fox,
It does,
Fox
yeah.
broadcast. But now they have in their seasons some episodes that go direct to Disney Plus.
Yeah, or Hulu. Yeah. Family Guy
that's
does that now too.
Yeah,
They've got like specials or things that like you got to watch it on
totally
streaming.
surprised me because as a TV guy, I thought I knew everything, and I was surprised to see the Simpsons and Family Guy's
I think
doing
it's
that
a
now.
transitionary strategy because if they get you a little bit to be on there, then eventually if they tell you, hey, well,
It's the only place to see it
only
now.
place to see it.
Right.
Well, I already got it. So.
Right. So I kind of wonder if that's how things are going to go, in the future now. So Nabil, before you go, anything else more you want to add?
I mean, there's something for everybody to watch this summer. It's not like a one.
Actually, can you stay? You want to stay for the third segment and help me interview Pete?
Try it.
I don't want to make you late for your film, though.
Yeah.
So, okay. if you got to go, you got to go. But if you want to stay, you can stay. So we're here with Nabil Khan, Pete Colter. When we come back, we're going to hear all about Pete's career, going gangbusters, all the stuff he's doing, working on. You're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. I'll have more after the break. Hey everyone, welcome back to the hot seat on this Media Monday. I'm Ron Kloffenstein. Comics have always been one of those places where imagination meets identity. Whether it's superheroes, sci-fi, fantasy, horror, humor, or independent storytelling, comics give people a way to see bigger worlds and sometimes see themselves in those worlds too. Free Comic Book Day is an annual worldwide event held on the first Saturday of May where participating independent comic book shops give away specially produced free comic books to anyone who stops by. It was observed locally by Ravenswood Comics. Photojournalist and AI content producer Jim Hale and I were there, and we have this report. I'm Ron Klopferstein at Ravenswood Comics, where they're celebrating Free Comic Book Day. So I'm with Al. Al, you're the owner of Ravenswood?
Yes, sir.
So what is going on here today?
It's National Free Comic Book Day, and it's an event that started years ago to get more people involved with comic books. So kids don't realize that you're tricked to learning how to read.
So accessible, so interesting, and the bright colors and stuff. I spoke to Jose Martinez, one of the shoppers at Free Comic Book Day. So what is it about comic books that you enjoy?
Well, for me personally, I really like the art for it, a lot of storytelling as well.
I asked store employee Nabil Khan what his favorite titles were.
I think my favorite was one based on a video game character named Mega Man. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. So he, he's got a little like blaster and he like runs and he beats up robots and stuff. I was a fan of that, and they had one for that this year. So
I spoke to shopper Robert Wallace about Free Comic Book Day and how it expanded his reading list. Did you check out any new titles because of Free Comic Book Day?
Oh yeah, I've been here. I've started coming here like quite a bit in the past couple weeks because I only started to get into collecting comic books like fairly recently, a few months ago, and I noticed this local place, so I checked it out. Yeah, I've seen a ton of more titles here, like including all the X-Men, the Spawn, a lot more Venom issues than I realized existed. So I've definitely had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah. Garfield was surprisingly popular.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He's hanging in there then.
Yeah. Plus he hates Mondays and likes lasagna.
Who doesn't,
so He was like my guy.
Right. These are some of the cool titles that I picked up, but they have many more and they get new ones every single week. On Free Comic Book Day at Ravenswood Comics, I'm Ron Klopfenstein for 95.5 FM, The Heat.
Food security.
That story Tuesday at 9 p.m. on my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok accounts. Joining me now is Pete Colter. He's an author and multimedia content creator whose work lives in that space where it's storytelling, imagination, creativity all come together. Pete, welcome back to the show.
Thanks a lot, man.
One of my favorite guests. You're always exciting because you're doing so much stuff.
Yeah.
So what are you working on?
A ton of stuff. First, I got nominated for the People's Artist Award.
Yeah, right.
And that was just such an honor to even be nominated. Every day I pick a new person to vote for.
Yeah.
And I like to get other
I really
people's
love that
art
you
out
do
and stuff
that.
like
You know, help to promote others. I think that's so
yeah,
important,
I think it's important. You know,
Me
'cause
too.
there's a lot of artists out there that aren't really getting seen.
Right. We got to help each other.
I'd rather see people shine. I'd rather see people out there. You know what I mean? And the votes that I've been getting and stuff, and the places I've been staying in, is fantastic, and I'm very humbled and grateful for that. But at the same time, I'd rather push other people's art out. There's some people that I've never even met these people, and I'll vote for them, and then they'll send me a message saying, "Oh, thank you, that brightened my day." I was placed 25, and I know I'm not going to win, but it's nice that you were
just as
supporting and all that stuff.
That shows support. That feels like a win.
You got to do. You got to do it. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going to be out on this platform, you got to support other people, or you're just doing too much selfish stuff for yourself.
Well, for you, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You have so many big projects coming up. What else are you working on? You have the books,
Yes, I have a new novel coming out called This Is How It Will End. That comes out June 10th, and that's exclusively for Barnes & Noble.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how did you work that? Good for you.
Some finagling.
So you have a book that exclusively Barnes & Noble's going to have?
Yeah, Home was exclusively for Barnes & Noble too. It's still exclusive.
I didn't
for
realize
Barnes & Noble.
that, but wow.
Yeah, and they're doing fantastic. They're
good to be friends
really
with
well.
Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, it's great. And then 2 other Barnes and Nobles picked me up too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Liverpool and DeWitt. And
nice. So you're spreading.
Yeah, I'm spreading. I'm going, doing all that, and a couple other bookstores, Books, Arts, and More, and a couple other local stores have picked them up too as well.
So those are the books. Those are like books
supportive.
people are. Now, is the new novel part of the series?
It's the first in a series.
So it's a new series.
A new series, yeah, and it's about the end of the world. Shown through 4 different perspectives. So
great.
And it's the first part of a series, and each one of the series, the other books will come out probably 6-7 months after each other. It takes a little while to write them.
Right. Oh yeah. I'm gonna say
it does. And so I've got that coming out. I've also got a television show that's being filmed this summer.
Tell us about that.
It's called Carrion Creek, and it's like the brainchild of me and this award-winning screenwriter director named Patrick Hale.
Yep.
And he's fantastic, great guy, super nice. And we just decided, let's write a horror anthology and let's start filming it this summer. Let's get this going. Let's move it forward. And so that's what we're doing right now.
Where are you going to film it?
That's what we're doing now. We're location scouting.
Yeah.
So we're also looking for actors too. He's got a couple that have already said that they would, throw in on it. I've got a producer from Detroit who also is lending a hand to the whole thing. And just talking to a lot of people I didn't think I would ever talk to.
Like who?
Getting connections.
Give us some names here. Give us some names here. Some bold-faced names here.
Sean Ingram, he runs Coachella. So he does Coachella. Yeah, he's a great guy. Fantastic stuff going on all around. I've been able to just be kind of sort of in the presence of other people that want to get things done.
They're creative and doing stuff and making things happen.
And it's like you got to be prepared too. You can't like go talk to these people without a pitch. You can't talk to them without the right things proper in place. And that's kind of like nerve-wracking at times. But
of course,
with Patrick, I mean, Patrick he's been in the business for a long time. He's done things for CNN, Netflix, a couple other places. He started at Discovery, so. He knows what he's doing, and he's taken kind of the heaviness of it, and I'm writing episodes, he's writing episodes, we're doing table reads every week. So the show, the first season is all done. It's all written, it's all ready to go. And filming starts this summer.
Wow! So you're looking for actors and stuff now.
Yeah. Now we're out there looking for actors. We're looking for people that are interested in doing something like that. And just trying to get the community together.
Like, how do you get actors? Like, how do you?
Well, I mean, you can outsource. You can look in the black book, they call it, that has all the big actors and writers and all this kind of thing. I mean, he's got so many friends of his that are in the business and stuff. So a lot of them are just kind of like, I'd love to help out on your project. Because he's made a lot of connections.
If you know his work is good.
And I have too. So I know a lot of actors, especially around this area and stuff, that would love to do it. And so now it's just basically like a call out. If you're interested, get a hold of me. And we'll find a spot somewhere. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, big actors, he's taking care of that kind of spot because I'm not where he is.
What do you think you'll do with the show? Like when you produce it?
Well, we're going to be shopping it around to a couple of different places. Shudder has come up. We're going to be shopping around. IFC has come up. We're doing all that, but the first episode or 2 will be released on YouTube. And then off of those we're using to shop to.
So is that like is that a standard thing now to like do it on YouTube first to get people to see it? And see if you build up interest?
Like streaming places like Shudder, IFC, HBO, any of those things, they kind of look, maybe not so much HBO, but kind of HBO. They look for shows that are already done, right? That are already filmed, so that they can just take the rights and stream it and make money off it, and they don't have to spend a lot of money on it. That's one of the main ways you get on those.
So kind of a licensing thing instead of them producing it.
They license the IP or they license the show or whatever it is. And so then that's how that works. But, you have to go and you have to sit with those people and you have to have those pitch meetings and you have to talk and you have to, make them understand that there's a market for it and that they can make their money back on it. And that's kind of like the hardest part out of all of it.
What is your pitch with a horror anthology to them? Like what will you do to like when you talk to them, how do you make it stand out?
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. One, but in the gist of it, it's a horror anthology centered on a town. It's very much Twin Peaks meets Tales from the Crypt, where each episode has a different story that may or may not mingle with a main huge point of the town for each season.
Like an overarching narrative.
Yes,
town
yes,
might
yes,
have,
yes. And that's basically where we're going with it. That's what's happened with it, and it's fantastic. I can't wait to get out filming. I can't wait to get this to get it going. It's exciting. My agent is like gung ho about it. She loves the idea. So. And that's all fantastic.
How did you get an agent? Like, how do you go
I was on a
from,
podcast.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
I think that's like the incredible thing. It's like, how do you break in? I think for so many of us, that's like the question. Like, how do you go from like Utica, Rome to like the larger, world? How
you
do
gotta keep going. You gotta keep plugging. You have to put yourself out there as what you are a lot.
Yeah.
Like to the point to where some people get annoyed with you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to promote
You gotta
yourself.
have to, right? And if I didn't do those things, if I didn't get that shot on that particular podcast, she would have never known who I was. Or maybe
what was
not
the
at
podcast?
that. It was called I don't remember the name of it.
Wow. Well, when you remember
Sunshine something.
When you remember you got to tell me because I want to be on this podcast too.
Yeah, I actually don't talk to the guy anymore.
Oh, really?
He kind of turned out to be not such a nice person.
Oh,
so,
that sucks. But it got you on your way though.
Yes, and
what's it
it's
like
fantastic,
to have an agent? What do you do with an agent? What does an agent do for you?
Well, honestly, my agent and I, Serenity is her name. We've gotten pretty close. She's coming down for my wedding, and we've just like our families have got. Yeah, I'm getting married this summer. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we've gotten really involved with each other's lives.
Yeah.
But in the business aspect, she looks out for me.
Is she the one who
does my
introduced you
legal.
to like A24 and to
She introduces me to a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them I don't even realize who they are until after I'm done talking.
Maybe
to
that's
them.
good.
And I'm like, okay. Well, I think it is. I think to not bring up the nervous level of talking to like an executive.
Right.
You know what I mean? But she does a really good job of making pathways for me to speak to individuals I want to speak with.
Right.
With like James O'Barr, he did The Crow.
Yeah.
So being able to speak with him or speak with anybody else that I think I would like to work with. She has a way of doing.
An agent can open doors like that.
Yeah. And I'm just. I'm out there kind of when she says, hey, this doesn't look good for your career, and I don't do it. If she says, yes, this looks good, the legal things are in place, the contracts are signed, then, continue.
Plus, I bet she can come up with like new ideas too, like
she's
for business. Like
there's so many things that are being thrown her way with my career right now that she's kind of like picking and choosing which one is the best for me at this moment. So
how are you managing all this excitement? I guess
I'm trying to just kind of sort of keep it under wraps until everything comes to fruition, and then when that happens, I'll take a break and I'll celebrate.
But how creatively? Like, how do you do it creatively? Like, be thinking about, because you have like you're working on two narratives kind of at once. You have the story, you have the TV show, and then you have the book. So like, I always think like when I'm doing one story, like I get so much into one story. I can't imagine like focusing my attention from like this story to that story, back and forth. How do you do that? I don't
really think about it. I think it's like, what do I feel like doing today? So for the new book, I literally just finished it. Because I saw the date is coming up. So the exclusivity of June 10th, it's coming up, so I better get it done. And so now I'm in the revision period of that, going over it, making sure it's what I want. And the screenplays, we took a week. We said, can you write one in a week for an episode? I said yes. He said yes. And then we've been doing 2 actually a week. And then we've been doing table reads every Friday, making sure that the episodes are what we want. And then now that's moving into the whole finding places and people and shooting.
Is it hard to keep track of like having a TV show with different episodes, like in different stages of production? As a writer?
I'm not sure yet. I'm sure that once I get into it, I will figure that kind of stuff out, and it might be. The writing aspect of it is as hard as you want to make it, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Me, usually I put on music and I just kind of sort of, actually lately I've been watching Tiny Toons Adventures. I don't know why. I put it on and then I write.
It inspires you, yeah.
I have no idea why.
You never know what's going to inspire you.
I think it's like I just
songs and
take
stuff,
myself away from it and look at it and laugh for a second, then go back to what I'm doing. You know, it's a relaxing thing for me.
Yeah.
And then also with the Endless Fall film, that's also got a producer attached, and I actually talked to him this morning about the pitch deck and everything else, and he's just so gung-ho about helping me with his studio in Michigan and stuff, and filming it in Michigan. So, you know.
Do you ever have trouble like letting go of the characters, like the Endless Fall characters?
No,
like
no. I want to share those characters because I feel like, especially the Endless Fall, I feel like Ivy's story could really help somebody.
Well, I meant like letting go in terms of like, now you've written this, now you're not going to write this. Now you're going to write about Carrying Creek. You know, like how is that ever hard to think like I really want to keep writing about these, or you know?
I've been approached already about doing a sequel to the Endless Fall, because so many people want it because they keep asking, you know, what happens to Lana or what happens to Ethan or any of those kind of things. So I could always go back to it, but right now I'm very, you know.
Well, you have so many
fast forward. I have these things that I want to accomplish, so I need to stay on that road and get those kind of things done. It's hard work, but
you're very scheduled. I was going to say, like in terms of how
booked for the summer.
Yeah,
and I like that. I don't like to have the downtime.
Right.
Although the downtime does give me the time to come up with great ideas and write great things and spend time with my family. But I'm very much a marketable person. I'm very much out there, hands-on, try to do this. Yeah, business-oriented,
Well, how do you get new ideas when you're like generating so much content? It must be hard to keep it fresh.
Well, I think I was like just always a thinker. I was always a wanderer, a dreamer, right? So I always had these ideas all the time. So a lot of them I would write down. Like Abused, that book is mostly my journal entries, is mostly what it is, and then I had to create a story off of it. And I've always got ideas. I've got like a book here and a book there and a book there that are just filled with different ideas, little log lines, jots for storylines and characters and things like that. And when I feel like, hey, I don't have a good idea, or I can't come up with something, I'll look through those books and see if any of those ideas were good, and then maybe I'll write them.
Like little inspirations,
or I'll get a different idea from it and write something new. You know, you just got to keep on keeping stuff around you. Do
you ever have writer's block?
Yeah.
You do too.
I did have writer's block.
I was thinking you seem like someone who might never have it.
Well,
I have it a lot. You know?
I don't get it a lot. In the last like couple months, I got it once, and my wife came in and she's like, "Listen, you need to put the work down. You got to get away from it because you're not doing any. You're just into it, you know. And I know you want to achieve your goals, but you know, get away from the computer." You know, you got to do something else, and she was right.
You're so prolific that for someone like you, it could happen. Just your brain says, "Oh, it's enough for now."
Yes, and she is. You know, she's the rock. If she comes and tells me, "Yes, this is good," release it. I release it. If she says no, it needs work, then I listen.
What's her name?
Amy Theory.
And she'll be your wife soon.
Oh yes, Amy Colter. Yeah, she'll be my wife. Yes,
that's really great. You know, you're doing so well. I gotta say, like every time you're on the show, you have more stuff.
Yeah,
you're doing well. You look healthier too each time. So I think that's like shows that like you're you bounce back from so much in your life, and I just love that. You know, and I love that you're so successful now because of hard work and talent. You know.
Yeah, and it takes that. I mean, if anybody else is out there that really wants to get somewhere, you know. First make the decision, is it a good thing? You know, because sometimes those things aren't good. Being around all those people, talking to all those people. Some of them are pariahs. Some of them are sharks. You got to understand that. And then two, if that is something that you want, you got to reach for that star, man. You can't let anything stop you. You got to keep going, even yourself. Like there's a time not long ago where I was like, I just want to give up. This is just becoming so stressful. And then as soon as I went to give up, here comes Carrying Creek on my lap, and I'm just like, okay. Then this is what I'm supposed to do.
You are doing what you're meant to do.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
Not just the work that you're doing, but you really truly inspire others. It's amazing. Like you inspire me. It's incredible. And it's like so great that someone like you is out there and making it on hard work alone and just being a good person too, and like not taking from others, but like sharing what you have with others. That's like the best part of it.
It's important. If you can't support other people, what are you doing? If you're going to go out there and do everything for yourself, you're going to fail.
And the energy you put out there is what you get back. You know, like the more you support others, the more people support you. You know, it's like, wow, it's great to talk to you as always. And I'm sure you'll be back in the summer with
I
more
definitely will be,
stuff. You know, we've been talking to P. Colter. He's author, multimedia content creator. Big thank you to his other guest, Nabil Khan, our entertainment correspondent. Thanks to everyone who's part of our feature stories this week on the Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration and Free Comic Book Day. And again, big thanks to Brian Lazor and Lazor Photography, one of the most talented men we know around here. He provided all the footage for the AAPI Heritage Month celebration. Our audio engineer is Jonathan Brooks. He's DJ Jay Easy. He's up next with the Easy Ride Home. Jim Howell records the show for YouTube and podcasts, and he's our photojournalist and AI content producer. Nabil Khan, of course, our entertainment correspondent. I'm Ron Klopfenstein. I'll be back next week with another Hot Seat, Medium One Day.